Okay, this is the first review of a music album, of an album that is in my top 100 of all time. And this one is at number 100. And it is Una Sengre by Lila Downs. And this album was released in 2004. So some background first. Downs was brought up in the Sierra Madre Mountains in Mexico and is married to an American. That clarifies the Downs in her name. She's lived in the US for a number of years and could be described as cosmopolitan. Now to the album, Una Sengre. It's very difficult to pigeonhole this album, and its influences are vast. There is, of course, the traditional Mexican songs, plus the South American styles, but also we hear Western style music, African ethnic melodies, reggae, and many more. Okay, so let's take it a track at a time. It's a gorgeous selection of songs, and I was drawn to it because of its variety, but also because Lila's voice joins it all together to make it a wholesome experience. To track one, Viborita, is a Mexican high-tempo Senegalese Mabalax mix with a hint of jazz. The hot sax highlights a mainly instrumental start, and I also hear Frank Zappa's experimental side in the cacophony of sounds. An extraordinary beginning with some stirring guitar work. It's 7 minutes of high-speed thrills. Dignificada, track 2, gets us gyrating to the reggae beat, and Downs really gives the listener a taste of her vocal range. The Brazilian rhythmic loops suggest magnetism and love. The third track, Cielo Rojo, is a traditional Mexican blues complete with Spanish guitar, and you can visualize the flamenco being danced as Lila pours her soul into the vocals. Downs' own slant on the classic La Bamba is next, and it is exhaustingly satisfying with the rhythms exploding with the percussions. It's a much better version than Los Lobos', and I love the chunky rhythm guitar in the middle. The band is an amalgam of the best in Latin, South America, and a touch of American thrown in, and a Japanese percussionist. Next up, One Blood starts off reggae-like, Clapton style, but Lila's vocal phrasing is Sade-like, and she sings in English, a point to state the vocal arrangements on this album are astonishing. The track develops into lounge jazz, very exotic, and her singing is liquid soul. It's my personal favourite on the album. Malinche is back to her indigenous roots, and it's similar to track 12. The energy, the skipping drums contrasting with the delicate harp, and her choral vocals and male harmonies. Next, Terenina Titsika, almost lullaby-like, and her vocal repertoire is impressive. A folk guitar melody and childlike harmonies layered on top of the Spanish guitar. La Cucaracha starts with wailing guitar, wah-wah style, and then skips into that cha-cha beat, and it brings a taste of Arabic Eastern flavour with tasteful strings. Next, Mother Jones is a bluesy reggae smooch, and you can feel the smoky smell of smoke and ale as the guitar echoes that wah-wah, and the vocal is sleazy, suggesting a special type of entertainment venue. Track 10, and possibly the most outstanding track. It's Mexican, a traditional folk song with that slow flamenco taste. Paloma Negra. The harp exudes a roadside bar full of dust and reality, complete with youthful flamenco dancing. Lila is almost operatic at this point. After that peak, it's not surprising that Brown Paper People lacks the passion, but it's still not without its moments, sang in English, and the shuffle beat with Eastern feel mixed with neat violin and a hint of hip-hop and delicate slide guitar. Uno Sangre is more up-tempo as it marches out at you, full of patriotism, mariachi on display. It is grandiose. It made me feel political, but I am unsure of the specific meaning. And finally we hear Yanu Hure Nin. Lila returns to childlike vocals, and the music is strange, somewhat cultural. Too short, however. Okay, so the spectrum of musical styles is awesome on this album, and what really amazes me is that I can find 99 albums ahead of it. It's a wonderful musical journey that urges repeated listens, so check it out. Una Sangre by Lila Downs.